So what I would like us to do today, we're going to be making this artwork, which is a cubist styled still life. And a still life involves usually things that you would arrange on your table for food. Hello everyone. So we're doing this activity today. It's a cubist still life involved with items from our table. As you can see, I've got a cup here. And then if you can kind of see it, this is a jug. But the idea with cubism is you distort and change it into different little fractions of colors or shapes. So if you can see, there's big shapes and then there's smaller shapes that we've also cut it up into. For this activity, you will need a white piece of paper. I would like you to pick 4 different colors. It could be any color you like, but choose 4 different colors if that's okay. A lead pencil, an eraser, and as always, a sharpener just in case you need it. So for today, what you will need, 4 colors. A sharpener, oh, hell of an eraser, an eraser, and a lead pencil. Awesome. Yes, they can be pencils, they can be textures, they can be any colors you'd like. If you really want to, if you're feeling adventurous, you could do it with watercolor or paint, because we are just coloring in sections, so you can use whatever material you'd feel like. I will use pencil because it is easier for me to use. So you just need 4 different colored pencil, texture, it's up to you. All right, we have a question from Hitesh. Hitesh, what's your question? You have to unmute, Hitesh. Sorry, I'll try again. All right, can you press unmute?
Is it okay if you have 3 pencils?
That's all right, don't worry about it. If you've only got 3, then you're just alternating 3 different colors. It's just if you have more, you can do more colors. 3 is okay, don't worry too much. Which is so awesome. All right, so we have our colored pencils. We have our blank piece of paper, which I have here. You have a pencil to use, an eraser, and a sharpener. I'm going to double check all of the pictures. If you have all of your materials, put a thumbs up for me so that we can be ready to go. All right, Hitesh, could you put your hand down from the question from earlier? Thank you so much. Awesome, I think we are ready to go. Okay, first things first, what we are going to do with your paper, I want you to think about a table. So we're gonna put it on a nice table. So we'll start off by doing one long line right across. It doesn't matter if it's in the middle or a little bit lower, just one long line so it's a table. So you can kind of think where we're going to put our work. I'll draw mine nice and dark so you can see it. So one long line so you have a table, like so. I'll shut this so it's not as glary. So we've got our table set up. Now we have to make sure that our cups sit on our table. So we'll start off, when we draw a cup, we start off with a oval shape. So a skinny long oval. So on your table, you're going to do a skinny long oval. Like so. Skinny long oval on your table. You can put it to the side, you can put it in the middle, it is up to you. If you have a look, I've got a skinny long oval just like that. Then to make a cup for our skinny long oval, we have to do the sides. So I'm just going to draw it. We'll do 2 long cylinders. Make sure when you're drawing, I want you to try and make sure that your drawings are approximately your fist size or larger, because we want to make sure that we're practicing our nice big drawings. Drawing small is good and it's good for detail, but when you draw bigger, you have to think about proportion, and that's what's really tricky. So I want us to try and draw nice and big. So you've got your cup. I've got to even out my line because it's not very good. So you can see we've started off, we've got the bottom of our cup. We need to add the top of our cup next. So don't push as hard as me because you will rub out certain lines. So we will eventually rub out lines. So don't push nearly as hard as me. I'm just pushing hard so you can see it. So we've got the bottom of our cup and we've got the sides of our cup. And now we need to put the top of our cup on. And try and copy this circle, this squished oval up here as well. So you want to start by drawing out your squished oval so that your lines touch. So start out by curving them in and then taking it out to make it an oval, like so. So then it's the top of a cup. If you need to turn your page to draw, that's all good. If you think you do your circle to start off with, you go, oh, I don't like that circle, rub it out, try it again. Don't forget that our edges of our ovals are round. We do not have pointy ovals, we have nice and round ovals, like so. Got little curved corners, little curved corners. So we should be able to see our cup. We are also going to, while we're here, this line here and this circle line, we're going to rub that out. So with your eraser, we are going to rub this line, the table line inside our cup, and the circle of the bottom of our cup out. Fix this, I accidentally wrote that. So you've rubbed out the table line and you've rubbed out the bottom circle, so now it looks like a cup. So it should look like this. We've got down the bottom with no line through the center and up the top with our circle that is squished. Awesome. We got thumbs up for moving on. What I'm going to get you to do, not halfway, but a little bit down from the top, we're going to do another circle, a little skinny oval, and this will show us where our water line is in our cup, like so. So now it looks like we have water inside our cup. Remember, and see how these two are very similar in shape? We want to keep these as close to each other as possible. So almost the same shape. If they're a little bit different, that's okay. We are just trying to get them as similar as we can. I'll darken mine out so you can see what I'm doing again. Like so. So now it looks like a cup with some water in it. Thumbs up once you've finished the cup, and then I can help you out. All right, we've got a couple of thumbs. Awesome, awesome. We've got a couple still finishing off. We'll just wait a second. We should have our cup looking like so. Circle down the bottom and circle in the center. All right, great job. We are going to move on to, if you have a look, we're doing this shape next. I drew it out earlier. The shape looks like kind of like this. So it is a big bottom circle and then it comes up the top. So we are going to start off, I'm just going to leave this here for a sec so it's out of my way. Start off, just going to fall, by drawing our cup to have the big circle halfway through our cup. So I'm going to do a big circle like this through half of our cup. Nice big circle. Nice and light. Do not draw it too dark. Nice big circle halfway through our cup. See, it takes up so much room because we're going to make it massive. Big circle. Awesome. Good job. Jennifer, have you got your big circle? Oh, there it is. I see it. Good job. All right. Awesome. Next step, we need the top of our, it's called a jug or pitcher. So we get to the top of our circle here, not up the top, but just above the cup. We're going to do a little backwards C. Like so. A little backwards C. So we've gone to here and we're doing a little backwards C. Keep it quite round. Doesn't matter how far over the cup it goes. Just want to keep it quite round. While we're working on that, I'll just see what these questions are. All right, Dennis, I'm going to ask you to unmute. What is your question?
What's the circle going to be for?
So the circle will end up being this big jug. Can you see here there's a big jug in there?
Yeah.
So the circle is this part of the bottom of the jug. We just did the backward C, which is that part, and then we're going to add in all these other bits. All right. Could you put your hand down for me, Dennis, if that's all good? All right, Eva, what was your question?
I just came, so what are we doing?
We're making this today, which is a cubist style still life. So what you need to start off by doing, draw in your table, then we're going to draw in our cup. So what I would suggest is draw a little skinny circle down the bottom, an oval down the bottom, another one up the top. We draw the two lines together, another skinny oval, and then we rub out the line where our table was. All right, one more question. Get back on this. Eva, can I get you to mute for me? Oh, awesome.
So I can't really see on the active speaker,
This one?
and I didn't really get to know what happened since I just joined.
Okay, so did you listen just then? We're doing our table, nice long table, piece of paper. Down the bottom, we're doing a skinny oval. Up into two big lines, skinny oval up the top, and then a third skinny oval as well.
Okay.
I'll give you a little bit to get this in, and then we'll add the big circle and move on. So I'm just going to fix these. If you are with me and you are working on the big jug, make sure that we've got our big jug ready. What you can do while we're waiting, this bit here, this top of the circle, we're going to rub out. So we can just rub out this section, just this top bit, while we're waiting for some people to catch up. So it should look something like this. Oh, my screen has frozen. All right, I think I might move forward in a moment. Thumbs up if you're ready to move forward. Otherwise, I'll give you a little bit longer. All right, just a little longer. We've got a couple of people still working on it. So we've got our big circle. We've got our backward C, and then we've rubbed out this center bit as well. A good thing to know when you rub out on your paper, you make all of these little marks that come up, just brush them away onto the table. And then instead of brushing them on the floor, at the end, you can scrape them into your hands like so. and we can go put them in the bin, all the little bits of rubbish. So we don't just flick them on the floor for our parents to clean up. We make sure that we put them in our little pile, and then at the end we can take them to the bin. It's just good practice, and it means that you don't leave rubbish everywhere. Okay, we're going to move on to the next step. So the next step, we are going to add the top of this. We add a tiny little line just there for the tip of our, where the pore, where the water would come out from. A little line just going up, not too far, just a little bit. Then we're going to do a little, so coming from where we've rubbed out, we'll come up this way into the back. So following a line, it's another backwards, but a lot bigger C. So backwards, bigger C, like so. You've kind of got your going this way, going this way. Awesome. Amazing, Millie. Good job. Yes, Tegan, that looks so cool. Your cup is very good. Very good. Okay, we've got our backward section going. What I want us to do is follow that around and then loop it under. So follow it around, loop it under so that we make a handle. You've got this, you're following it around and looping it under. It's all about big curvy lines. Yes, good job, amazing. These are looking so good. Oh, some good curve there, Isaac. A little flick, it's looking good. Oh, Hitesh, that's a very good little flick. We come up this way, we are curving it around, looping it down and back under. It's kind of like a big S. Yes, this is going so good. Jennifer, what's wrong? You're shaking your head. Having fun? You've got your big curve going? Yes. Oh, Alicia, good job. Okay, we'll move on to the next step. The next step is from the tip of this spot here, not in the center, just over to the side, much like we did over here. We're going to do a little lump. That little lump is going to curve. I'll draw it out nice and hard so you can see it. So we're doing a little lump that curves out like so. Just at this bit, little lump that curves. It's not going to touch this spot just yet. I've got to add one more little lump. So we come out, little lump that curves down. Then we're going to attach it up this way, make another little lump, not as big, and draw it there. I will show you. I just need to map it out first, and then I can, like so. So you've come up, down, a little bit up again, and out. As you can see, mine doesn't really work with this line here. It comes down a little bit too much. So I'm going to edit it. We're going to draw the line to come a bit more flat there. So I will rub it out because I think it needs a bit of a fix. And flatten out that line like so. Make it a bit more flat. Once you've done that, I would suggest any of your soft, sorry, not your soft ends. Any lines that come between your cup, we're going to rub it out. So if your cup has this big bottom belly line, we're going to rub that little section out. Do not rub out your cup lines. We're just rubbing out the jug line inside of the cup. I'll make it darker so you can see it. Nice, big cup, big shape. So you should have something that looks like that. We've got a big jug in the background, and we've got our cup. Now, if you're looking at it at the moment, the handle looks a bit funny, doesn't it? Oh, Addie, that looks so good. Good job. That cup is very realistic. Oh, Tegan, I'm liking it a lot. Very good. So our handle is a bit floating, isn't it? We need to structure it and set it into the real world at the moment. It's kind of just, if that was a real jug, we picked it up by that handle would break it off, wouldn't it? So we're going to thicken it out. I'll give you a little bit longer. Thumbs up if you're ready or if you need a little bit longer. All right, we're going to have a little bit longer. I'll wait just a little bit. While you're waiting, if you're up to my spot, make sure to make your cup nice and dark with your lines. We can really secure those lines in place and really secure these lines. Do not do the handle yet. You can do all the other ones, make them nice and dark. Nice and dark. Sorry. All right, thumbs up if we're ready to move on. Awesome, that's more of a collective thumbs up. I'm liking this. All righty, so we are going to draw the handle, make it a bit thicker. First thing I want us to do, think of this line as the outside of the handle. So we are going to follow it along, make it nice and dark. Follow that line that you've already drawn, make it nice and dark. Keep following it, nice and dark. Then we're going to, so just darken out that line again. Then you're going to go from the tip here, bring it under and sit it in. So we've got an extra bit there. I'll draw it darker so you can see it. Following the tip of your jug, making it darker, sitting it in like so. So you've just added this little line underneath. Yes, very good. Then we're going to close this shape. So I want you to close that into a circle. Sorry, that was wrong, I'm sorry. Close it into a circle and then keep going and turn it into a swirl. So it'll end up looking like this. Quite an interesting swirly handle. Awesome, very good, good job. Add your little flair. If you want to be creative, you could turn that circle into a love heart. If you want to turn it into a swirly, it is up to you. If you have any sketch lines, rub out your sketch lines and just draw it back a little bit neater. Ooh, this is not working. I have needing to rub out my sketch lines. Making it nice. And so we've got this line under here. The next step we need to do is pretend like this line comes up here into the handle. So we pretend that this connects this way. We're going to draw the back of our handle. So we'll draw it like this, following along next to the outside of the handle. Follow it all the way along and up. Try and keep even spacing between your line and the outside line. Keep following it up. And then you're going to bring it to a stop. And that's our curly whirly handle. I will make it darker so you can see. With your handles, if you make them even between the lines, so there's even spacing, it looks more realistic. If you don't have sketchy lines, you have nice directional, intentional lines, It makes it look more professional. Ta-da. So we've got, came all the way up here and into there. Thumbs up once we've finished this bit, because that's all the setting up stuff. The rest is coloring and making it fun. So we're going to have to do some shapes and then we color. Because Cubism is all about shapes. Angular shapes, squares, circles, triangles, but very much shapes. Alrighty, we ready to move on? Thumbs up if you are ready. Yep. You don't have to. Awesome. All right, moving on to the next step. What we are going to do, we are going to do some big shapes. First shape I want you to do, we're going to put a square on this page. I like to start my square with the point just above my cup. So I'll do, it doesn't matter if this square is even, but I would like it decently large. I'll show you. I'm going to do a big square like this. See how my square's not really that off? You know what? It looks like a diamond, doesn't it? More like a diamond shape. Over our cup. Nice big diamond. Nice big diamond shape. Awesome. Very good. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to do a big rectangle up the top. We're going to go through the top of our jug, down towards the top of our cup, through some of our cup, and back up this way into the top of our jug. So you should have a big rectangle up the top. I will make mine nice and dark so you can see it. Nice and dark, big rectangle. Don't worry if your lines are a little bit messy because we're just coloring over it anyway. So I've got my big rectangle up the top. So you've got a diamond or a square turned over a little bit. Then you've got your big rectangle. Then we're going to do a smaller rectangle. Our smaller rectangle is going to come down here, go across to the center of our cup and come up again. I'll draw it for you. Now, if you put your shapes in a slightly different place than I do, that's perfectly fine because it will all end up looking really cool. They do not need to be exactly the same. I just have this as a guide if you want to follow it. If you end up doing a rectangle in a slightly different place, that works as well. So we've got our diamond, our long rectangle, our tall rectangle, and we're going to do two more. Yeah, we'll do one more. Actually, I take it back. We'll do one more. We're going to do one down here. Because we've got a lot going on this side. Not so much on that side. Actually, we'll do one more here, one more here. We're going to do two more shapes. We'll do a very square, like a little square here. We'll do one like this, coming down here. I'll draw it out again, nice and dark, adding our square just at the bottom of our diamond, just here. So we're adding a square just at the bottom of our diamond. You know what, that might be enough. If you would like to challenge yourself, you may add another shape here. It is your choice what shape you would like. If you want to stay at the same level, we do not need to do that. But if you want to challenge yourself, add another shape here. You may add a circle, you can add a triangle, whatever shape you feel like. Otherwise, you can stick with me. Maria, that looks so good. All right. Once you have gotten all of your colors, sorry, all of your shapes, grab your colors. That is our next step. I'll hold this picture here. Once you've gotten your shapes, grab your colors. This comes the tricky part. Awesome, we've got colors. Callum, that looks so good. Amazing, Addie, that's amazing. Good job. Yes, Tegan, that's looking so good. Isaac, yes, good job. And Emily, that looks so good. I'm sorry to anyone else on any other pages. My screen is frozen, so I can only see this front page. I'm so sorry. Next lesson, I will definitely be sliding across and looking at everyone's images. Nishka, that looks so lovely, awesome. What you can definitely do at the end of the lesson is please take a photo of your work and send it into Brilliant Kids so then I can see it and I can be so happy with how good it is. All right, this is our next step. Now you may pick one of your colors, any color you like. I'm going to pick blue. Each separate shape is a different color. So this might get a bit tricky. So if you have a look here, this one shape here is one color. This next shape here, one color. Are you ready to challenge this? So if we start with this first one, we're going to do this first shape as the color. So you outline it so that you know what color you're going to do. And fill that color in, all with one color. So that's your very top shape. All one color. This is why we might need a sharpener because we're going to use a lot of color. Remember when we're coloring in, best thing to do with the side of your pencil, nice big areas. And making sure that we have no white spaces in our color. It's a whole big solid color. If you go outside the lines, do not stress. We can fix it. We have erasers, it's all good. You've got your nice, big, solid color. I have blunted my pencil. Can you see how much I've used so much of that pencil? So I'm going to sharpen it. Oh, and I broke it. All right. We've done this shape. Now we grab a different color and you're going to work on another shape. So this is another shape. This section here is its own shape. So color this section in one color. So we have two different colored sections. That's a very little section, isn't it? Then you grab another color. We're going to do another section. Now, if you have a look here, you can see this shape. Look how big this shape is. It goes all the way this way, comes down, because that does not touch that. So it comes all the way down into here. I'll outline it to show you, and we're going to color that whole big section in all one color. So you're coloring in whatever sections you see that are one big shape. So wherever another shape is made, we color in. I'll just do that really quickly so you can see. So, see how big that shape is? It starts up here, it goes all the way here, all the way down the side and all the way here. And we're going to color it in completely. Keep coloring in that section. Color, color, color. You can turn your page so that it makes it a bit easier for you to color certain areas. Don't forget, when we're coloring, much like when we're shading, try and use the side of the pencil because then that will allow you to do more surface area. Try and keep your lines nice and crisp. Like so. Notice how the colors we are using, no color is touching that is the same color. We're going to try and do different colors next to each other. We don't really want them to touch. If they have to, they might have to, but we're going to try our best not to. All right, we've done 3 shapes. Look how many more shapes there are to go. What we might do is we might map out the colors for the next shapes and then come back and color them at the end. So grab your next color and we're just going to map out where we're going to color. So this big shape over here, one big shape, we will just do the outline to start off with so that we know that'll be pink when we come back to color it in, or sorry, whatever color you're using. So just do a little rough sketch to say, oh, that'll be that color. Really amazing. You're going ahead and doing a great job. If you can move ahead, you are more than welcome to move ahead. All you need to do is make sure that every different line you see is a different shape. So we've mapped out this color. As we move down towards the cup, it will get a bit more difficult. So I will show you that one. Different color again. Remember, we do not have the same color touching. So this one will have to be this, and that will have to be, this one can't be pink, and this one can't be purple. We come down to where the cup would be, coloring in. If you go inside the line, it's all good. Just try to make sure you don't do that next time. So that is the next color. Just map it out so you can come back to it at the end and we'll color it in. And I'm going to put this color here. Have a look at the cup. So see how there's so many lines? There's going to be one color here and a different color and a different color and a different color. So many. So if I show you an example, this is how I want, or not one, this is how the exercise is meant to go. We've got one color there. I'm going to put this color here as an example. Like so. And then I might put purple again because that'll be fun. Like so. And we just keep coloring as we go through. And another color that can't touch, maybe we'll put the pink there. And just keep going through with that one. This is a lot of using your eyes to identify where different shapes are. Lots of coloring and lots of identifying where different shapes are. So you have a look here, see how each individual spot is a different color. So we're going to have another one there and there, etc., etc. But when it comes to this line here, this color will be the same as this color. Let's do another one. I might do this one here. If you feel like you want more colors, if you feel like you want less colors, you are more than welcome to do that. It is completely up to you. It's all about having fun, making it your own. All right, I am going to see if we have any questions. Just finish off this last little bit. To show you the cup. And keep going and keep coloring it in and filling it in. If you want to, you can come back and color in those other sections. All right. Emily, did you have a question?
Yeah,
What was it, lovely?
pastels and draw a heart there. I already draw a heart, and this is another curling heart.
Ooh, that's a good heart. I like that. You are very good at changing it and making it your own. That's very good. Good job. All right, I will see what Dennis is up to. Could you mute for me, please, lovely? Okay, Dennis, did you have?
Can you like more than 4 colors?
Definitely, of course. Use as many as you like, or as little as you like.
Okay.
So we go through and we keep adding to our colors. When it gets to this section, it gets a bit tricky. So I'm going to do this one, purple. Oopsies, I hit the corner. This little bit in. This section, remember, is a nice big section. So pick a color you like. I'm going to do pink because, as you can probably tell, I like pink. Some of you might also like pink. If you don't, that's okay. Don't forget to sharpen your pencils if you're using pencils, because it may get a bit blunt because we are doing lots of coloring in this area. I already need to sharpen my pencil. Oh, sorry, we have a question. Yes, Ruhi? Unmute, lovely.
So, can we do whatever color we like wherever we want? Can we do any colors wherever we like? Or do we just
Definitely.
have to copy you?
No, you do not have to copy me. You can use your colors. But I would suggest try not to have two colors touching. So don't have this square being pink and the square next to it being pink. Try and have each square that's touching a different color. Keeps us a bit more entertaining. More visually pleasant. So it's nice for our eyes. So remember when we're coloring in? Isaac, that's looking so cool. Don't forget every single little square. Eventually, it's going to look something like this. Except I haven't finished this one because I'm a bit silly. Every single little square. When we're coloring, try and use the side of your pencil so that it makes it more area, more surface area colored quicker. Keep coloring, keep coloring. And again, when it comes to a different section, add another color. I've got this little bottom of my cup, different color. If you have pencil marks, lead pencil marks that are running into your colors, what you can do is you can just give them a little erase. So I've got some little sketchy marks around the place. See, I've got little sketches. If you don't like the little sketchy marks, you can just rub them out just quickly before you draw with your pencil. So then they're not ruining your drawing. Coloring lead pencil out underneath colored pencil is a bit tricky, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I did a bit of a If you've colored in a section, make sure to go back and double check that you've gotten all of those little white spaces. If you haven't, look at this color here. See how I've got white spaces here? What you try and do is make sure that you can get every single little white space by really coloring it in. Going over that whole thing. Getting all those white spaces so you can't see them anymore. Sometimes it gets a bit tricky. Sometimes we get to a section where we're like, oh, what color am I going to use? Because you've used so many colors doing certain things. That's okay. Even if you accidentally make two colors touch, don't stress, that's fine. It might end up looking really good. Oh, Ruhi, you have another question. Yes, lovely.
And can you mix the colors?
Oh, that's a very good idea. You can definitely mix the colors if you'd like. You could make them blend. You could make them into a different color. The idea of cubism is grabbing a picture and breaking it into different shapes. So the good thing about this is we've already got it in all these different shapes. All you need to do is color it in. Coloring it in really helps you to distort the image so it doesn't look like what we've drawn as much. It more just looks like the little shapes. It plays mind tricks with you. Oh no, look. I got to a sticky point and I've accidentally colored two colors next to each other. That's okay. Have a look, I've accidentally put two colors next to each other. Oopsies. Oh well, I'm just gonna roll with it. As you should if you do that, just keep going. It's all good. Even teachers make mistakes sometimes. The good thing about making mistakes is they are happy little accidents. If anyone has watched Bob Ross, he is amazing. Happy little accidents get us through life and make artworks look interesting and fun. Okay, lovelies, we've only got about 10 minutes left. So what I would say is we're probably not going to get all of this coloring done in the next 10 minutes, but do your best and as much as you can. We're trying to get every different little area a different color. So if you can't get it all done, we'll just map it out to start off with so that you can color it in later. So mapping it out means I've colored the edge of this so that I know when I come back to it, that's going to be that color. And again, we just color the edge so that we know we can come back to it and finish it off and make it that color. Which means it can be a little bit of a rush job because when I come back, I'm going to make sure I spend that time and effort and make it look really good. Brain training game. You got to look at it and you got to think, all right, so that's green and that's pink and that's blue. That one's touching the blue and the green. It has to be purple. So we make it purple. And then this is touching pink, but it's also touching green and it's touching purple. So the only color left is blue. It goes all the way this way, all the way this way. Mapping out that area. And I move back to the top where my big jug is. It makes it a little easier if when you're doing the coloring, you work down one way, then you go back to the top and you work down again and back to the top and down again. Because then you're not accidentally forgetting where you're going and getting colors mixed up. So let's see this big shape here. I've got purple touching it and I've got blue touching it. So it can be green or pink. I don't have much green on mine, so I think I'm going to make it green. So I'll just map it out nice and lightly. Got a big line through the center here. Okay. Going to put this into the color all the way down. Mapping out my color, and I'll come back and I'll fix that up later. And again, let's have a look at this little square. Oh no, this one's dangerous. This one is touching pink, it's touching green, it's touching purple twice, and it's not really touching blue, but it's going to have to be blue, isn't it? So we make this one blue. And again, moving on to the next color, we'll think about this one here. So this one is touching green, pink, purple, and blue. It's touching all of them, but it's on an angle. So I think I might do green. I might do this one purple and that one purple. I've got two big purple sections. All right, I've almost finished mapping out the picture, the colors, and then I'll come back at the end and we'll color it in. So I've done my purple, back to the top again. We've got green here, green here. I'm gonna make this big blue. Nice big blue section. Mapping it out. So we're just starting off by doing this. And then at the end, we'll come back and we'll color it all in. So that one's blue. And I'll go below it. We've got blue, purple. Make this pink or green. Since I have green very close, I might make it pink. Just mapping out the edges of these colors. Oh no, I've forgotten a tiny little section there. I'll make that one. Can you see my little itty bitty that I forgot? I'm making blue. When you're coloring in, make sure you don't see any white spaces. So we color nice and evenly. Awesome, Isaac. That looks so cool. Such bright, strong colors. And when going back to the top again, this color is only touching green and blue. Doesn't touch any other color, so I can pick whatever I like. I think we might go with pink. Map out your color again. Keep mapping it out. When it comes to your swirl, this might be the hard part. Are some of us finished? Are we showing off our awesome work? If you're finished, I'm very proud of you because it has taken me way too long. Ah, Niksha, that looks so lovely. This is looking so good. Awesome. All right, I'm just going to finish off this one. When it comes to the swirly, don't forget, whatever new line there is, we have a different color. I'm going to make this one blue. I'm sorry, everyone, I bumped it. Nice big color. Mapping it out. That can't be blue. That can be green. Just map out where you think you're going to put your color next. And this one can be, oh, this one has to be purple. And this one, oh no, I did it again. This one has to be pink. It's almost at the end of the class. We've got 5 minutes left and I've just got one more to map out. And then we can come back and color them all in. So this one here is touching green and blue, but it also has a lot of purple next to it. Sorry, not a pink next to it. So maybe we'll make that one purple. Make it stand out a little more. So I've mapped out all of my colors. What we're going to do now, I'll pick one section and I'll show you how we're going to color it perfectly. And then I'll double check how everyone's going with their work. And we might have to say goodbye. So this section here, I have mapped it out. We're going to go back with our color, follow along the edge of that shape with the side of your pencil, follow along the edge, all the way along, nice and precisely. Try not to rush this bit, as if you rush, you may go off the edge into another shape. We want to be nice and precise. See how I turn my page if I need to? Turn your page if you are moving around. So we try and color all of the area back and forward so we do not see any white spots. If you have very thick paper like me, you need to color extra hard so that you get into all of the little bumps so that there are no white spots. Almost colored. Takes a while to get all these little spots, doesn't it? Takes a while to make it look very smooth and very sharp. So just like I did with that one, we map out the colors, then we color them in completely. I want you to do that to all of your other little sections. We may not have time, we've only got 3 minutes, so what I'm going to ask you to do is to hold up what you've done so far, show me your work. I will say, amazing job. What I might do really quickly, this might break. Oh my gosh, Dennis, those colors are so bright and I love that. It's so good. Nishka is lovely. Maria, you've done so much. Oh my gosh. Muta, that looks amazing. Melanie, I like the shapes on yours. They're very good. Ruhi, very good. Naveen, that looks great. Corey, yours looks like it has some gold on it. That looks cool. Celia, you've used highlighter. I like how bright that is. And Callum has highlighter as well. Oh, I'm so sorry. These are looking amazing. Okay, lovelies. Albert, very good. That looks so cool. Can we finish coloring off all of our sections, take a photo of it and send it into Brilliant Kids? I'm just going to see. Don't forget, it is easier to color in if you have a nice sharp pencil, because otherwise you won't be able to color with something that doesn't have any tip. They're looking so good, guys. I am so proud of all of you. I'm excited to see all of your work. I cannot wait. If you want to make it extra stand out and extra strong, this is additional if you want to. If you have a black marker or if your parents have black texter, you can go around all of the shapes and make them stand out. That is only if you want to do that extra bit. Otherwise, they all look really awesome like this. It really distorts and makes it look kind of confusing, doesn't it? But if you want to add that little bit extra, make it really stand out with big shapes, you could add a marker on the outside. You could use black marker. It'd be really interesting if you had a weird cool gold pen. That'd be cool. Make the shapes look nice and strong. You could do something like this. If you do not have a black marker, all good. It still looks awesome like this. I think this is really fun. I think the different colors makes it look really confusing and fun. All right, guys, we're going to say goodbye. It is 6 o'clock. Thank you for coming along. Please finish your drawings and send a photo into Brilliant Kids and have a wonderful afternoon.
Bye. Bye. Bye.